Hey, beautiful beings. Welcome to Meditation Medicine Monday. Coming to you from Atlanta, Georgia. So I'll be posting more frequent teachings on Mondays, the Meditation Medicine IGTV series. And this week, I'm coming on to share and do a mini teaching on something that has been coming up in so many arenas of my own life. And it's this idea of polarization, of separation. This topic has come up in the groups that I lead, in conversations with friends, even conversations with my team. And I just really feel called to come on and talk a little bit more about it. So, more specifically, some of the kind of domains of polarization could be different religious followings. It could be your political party. It could be what groups you identify with. And there is tremendous polarization as we're seeing, everywhere in our society, especially right now before the election here in the US. And I just want to offer you a few ways that you can begin to embrace being part of the solution versus part of the problem. It is so easy to go on your social media, on the media in general, online, and feel triggered by, an article, a conspiracy theory, something a politician said. But you have way more power than you even realize. And you indeed, through your own inner work, can be a part of the global healing process. So if you think about two main intentions, and this really does come from Buddhist psychology, but it can be applicable to any human being on this planet. Doesn't matter what your spiritual or religious upbringing or background is. Wise speech and wise action. So two practices to bring into your everyday life as you continue to move throughout your day, moment to moment. Can you embrace wise speech and wise action? Remember, anything that you say or do that is coming from a place of judgment or separation is actually an illusion. It is false, and it is coming from your ego. And there's a huge collective ego that's happening right now. So remember, wise speech and wise action. Can you dedicate yourself to those practices on a day-to-day basis? Can you ask, when I'm being triggered, when my fear is being triggered, what is that? Where is that coming from within me? Because fear, which is coming from the ego, is a perpetuator of separation, whether we're talking about two political parties, religious groups. Is there a way for us to embrace the opposite and really begin to try to understand why our friend has the belief that they do? Maybe where does that stem from? Maybe it stems from trauma or family of origin or, whatever it is. But another message that's been coming through as I've been sitting with the hyperpolarization that we're seeing in our society is this intention to embrace the opposite. How can you understand more deeply without having to call someone out or be in a place of judgment? These are deep teachings from all the spiritual teachers across time. Jesus, Buddha, all of, the beautiful ascended masters who have walked this planet. How can you practice and dedicate yourself to wise speech and wise action? Now, if your speech is coming from that place of judgment or harm or ignorance, that is really unwise speech. And we're not perfect, so it's important to practice compassion when we, align with the practices of wise speech and wise action. And also to take responsibility. And we absolutely are seeing that lack of responsibility both on a macro and micro scale. So all of these teachings are really a way we can embrace our day-to-day life as a living meditation, as a way that we can step into our journey of life more consciously, more present, more grounded, more dedicated to service, allowing the love from our heart space to flow into our actions and words. We need that now more than ever. Can you step into that place of purpose? Not just for yourself, but for, the survival of this planet and humanity. So wise speech, is it loving? Is it kind? Is it inclusive? Now, any speech that is exclusive and that separates people or creates separation is false. So can you speak from that loving, kind, compassionate place? Can you act from that loving, kind, compassionate place? It is not easy, but this is why we need community of like-minded beings, of beings that can support each other, so we don't have to continue choosing to live a life where we are suffering. We need all of us to step into our highest vibration, our fullest divine potential. So I invite you to practice wise speech and wise action. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. I'm happy to connect with you, knowing that we are imperfectly perfect. You're not going to get it right every time, but can you own your capacity for growth? Can you take responsibility for your actions, for your words? Can you release judgment and come from a place of love and compassion? All right, until next week, meditation medicine. Sending so much love to you. May you take gentle care of yourself during this time of uncertainty. Aho Satnam Namaste.